So the three-step process of manifestation for me is this. So let's say that you would like to make $500,000 and you don't do it right now, right? Just throw out a number, right? Let's say 250,000. Let's say you want to make 250,000 and you don't do it right now. Forget how to do it. Forget how. Okay. That's an intention. I want to make $250,000. Great. So that's step one. Step one is the intention. Everything starts with intention. When Wayne Dyer was living, I mean, he made this famous through his book. The second step is purpose. Why do I want to make that 250? And, you know, if anyone has taught this better than anyone else I know on the planet, especially in dealing with your self-esteem, is the bigger your why, the easier the how. So the bigger your purpose, like, why am I doing it? It's not just to have good things. It's to build a school in Africa, or it's to get my kids to college, or it's to pay for private school, or it's to buy my spouse a home because he or she deserves it. You know, just a big why, and it could be multiple whys. And then third, this is where people stumble, is the how, strategy. What? Intention, why, purpose, and how, strategy. A massage therapist cannot make $1 million a year doing massage. If she nets $70 per massage, she can't net $1 million a year. She'd have to do over 14,500 massages. So what does she do? Does she change her intention? No. Does she change her purpose? No. She changes her strategy and builds massage envy, which exists, or mobile massage, which is an idea I've been throwing around for 3 years. No one's taking it. Have a van, 2 beds, curtain in between. Take the mobile massage with all the placards and the website on the side of the van. Take it to homes, and when people are coming home, they do a massage, and the whole neighborhood joins, kind of like beer at the river. You know, everyone just goes there. Or let's say your kitchen during the holidays. Where do they hang out? They don't hang out in the living room. They hang out at the kitchen because that's where the food is, right? So she changes her strategy. She's no longer a massage therapist. She's in the business of massage. She sells the franchise for multiple millions of dollars. So you want to change your strategy, and that's where people get stuck. They get stuck on the how. So here is a little process, and then we'll end it. When you're thinking about how can I make more money and do it faster, easier, and more effectively. So ask yourself, who is my ideal client, and what are top 2 incomes? What are the top 2 outcomes, they deserve? So who do I want to serve? This is going to rhyme. Who do I want to serve, and what are the top 2 outcomes they deserve? Like, what do they want? Not what do you want to give them? What do they want? That's the avatar, and you would know that. Next is, what's the monthly income, that I want to make 12 months from now? So let's say the monthly income you want to make 12 months from now is $20,000 a month. That may seem ridiculously high, or it may seem ridiculously low. That's a third of my overhead. I know people, that's 1/100th of their overhead, who are good friends of mine, and take advice from me. I go, what are you taking advice from me? I said, well, I don't do this kind of thing, right? So it doesn't matter on income. It's the methodology is what really counts, so you can train other people. So what's the monthly income you want 12 months from now? That's point B. That's your point B. Monthly, not annual, monthly, because you have 12 chances to hit it. You could say weekly, and now you got 52 chances to hit it. People have too many goals, not enough celebration. So every time you hit it, your unconscious mind says, wow, I did it, and you get closer to it. Jack teaches that incredibly well. And then the next question is, what's my current income? Well, I want to make $20,000 a month. I'm currently making $5,000 a month. Okay. So I'm making $60,000 a year, and I want to make $240,000 a year. Great. So then the question is, what's the gap? Like, how much money am I losing as a result of not making that change? Now, this is actually a discovery session. This is what we actually do. Well, in this case, 5,000 and then 20,000. There's a $15,000 a month gap by not making the change necessary. Now, there's over 17 million millionaires in the world. Is it that difficult to be a millionaire? I mean, those are legitimate ones. Who knows, the illegitimate ones, right? That do things that are shady. So it's possible to make $250,000 in a year. So what changes do I have to make? So the next question is, how have roadblocks gotten in my way from achieving point B? In other words, $20,000 a month. So let me repeat. Who are my ideal clients? Okay, who do I want to serve, and what are the top 2 outcomes they deserve? Number 2, what's my monthly income I intend to have 12 months from now, and what am I currently making? So we work with 20,000 and 5,000. Then what's the gap? 15,000 a month. Great. How have the roadblocks, or how have any roadblocks gotten in the way to achieving my 12-month goal? Now, if you look at the roadblocks, like Dan Sullivan teaches, Jack, whom you know well, it's like, let's look at what's getting in the way first before we come up with strategy, because each roadblock is kind of a door, and each door has a lock, and each lock has a different key. Like Maxwell Smart, if you're old enough, right? The phone booth at the very end, all these doors are opening. I think he had 9 of them. So there's a special, like, that's roadblock number 1. That's roadblock number 2. That's the clap for roadblock number 3. They have a different strategy. So people come up with strategy before the problem or the roadblock, and they get into trouble because they're promoting their effort too soon before understanding what the problem is. And then the next question is why? Why haven't I made the change necessary to get to point B? This is where blind spots come in. This is where you may need a mentor. This is where you don't know that you don't know. And then the next question, and we ask our prospects this, when will you decide to make the change necessary to achieve point B and get unstuck from point A? You're stuck at point A, right? Well, I don't care why you're stuck as much as when will you decide to make the change necessary? How do I make the change? Well, that's strategy. That's the next step. Well, I don't know what changes to make. That's strategy. That's the next step. Well, I don't know of any way possible because I've never done it before. That's strategy. That's not intention, and that's not purpose. That's strategy where people get stuck. The how has killed more dreams than any other question I know. Why creates them? How kills them.